Hi everybody, Jess here with Key Tarot. Hi and welcome. I'm so sorry for the time change this week, but I appreciate those of you who are available. Anyway, let us just say a quick blessing. Oh, I forgot to make my list. I forgot where I put my notebook, and so I now can't figure out where my list is. So let's make one real quick, otherwise I will get really confused. You know that about me. All right, sorry, I have to find a pen. Perfect. Okay, so I know we're starting with Leo. So let's go Leo, Aries, Sag, Ophiuchus, and then Scorpio. I always like to read Ophiuchus right between Sagittarius and Scorpio. And then let's do, so Scorpio, let's do Pisces, Cancer. And then, let's see here, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. All right. Okay. Let us say a quick blessing and we'll just get rolling, okay? Holy Spirit, thank you so much for being with us here today and in every breath that we take. We ask that these messages be received by those who are meant to hear them. Amen. All right, let us start with Leo. We are going to use this vice versa tarot for Leo. I hope you guys are doing well. All right, we have the Eight of Cups that comes out on its side. It feels like you're trying to make a choice, Leo. Do I stay? Do I go? What do I want to do? This is somebody who's kind of having their heartstrings tugged at a little bit, but I feel like you've kind of made your decision. You're just kind of waiting to act upon it. This is someone who's kind of ready. I have the Ten of Pentacles here. There's someone who's kind of questioning maybe some of the foundations that they have created for themselves, and they're saying, you know, I think maybe it's time for me to move on from something. This would be something that was kind of a big deal for you. It was a big deal for a long time. It sort of defined you in some way, or it was something that it could have been like a major career path in your life where all of a sudden you're like, you know what, I kind of just want to do something different. It's sort of the feeling. And I have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. This is somebody who's also tired of listening to bickering and fighting in some way. That Nine of Wands in the reverse, that I always call it the wounded warrior. But this is somebody who says, you know what, I give up, you win. I'm just so over it. Like, you guys go on ahead and work it out amongst yourselves. And I kind of feel like I want to get out of this situation. And this is someone who is probably the creator of whatever. Like, it almost feels like you're a CEO or maybe president of a company that's looking to, I don't know, kind of hand the reins over in some way. Yes, I have the Knight of Wands in the that comes out in the upright position, but also in the reverse. These are cool cards. This is the vice versa tarot, and it's printed up with artwork on both sides, and so you get two interpretations of every card, and that's super fun. So this one is kind of somebody who's ready to move on to something else. They see something off in the distance that they need to attend to, and it feels like they're ready to take action and ready to go on, and they understand that it's kind of a challenging pathway that may be lying ahead of them. It sort of feels like it just seems like this change is a little stressful for someone. This Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody who's kind of afraid that they may lose some money because of this situation, or they may lose some sort of stability because of this change. That's another reason why you may be kind of, and it feels like you've sacrificed yourself for a long time. That's specific for someone. It feels like you have kind of devoted yourself to this path for a long time, and now you just want something different. It's not, you're like, it's not that big of a deal. I just want to change. Yeah, this Nine of Swords, though, is somebody who feels, it's kind of heavy, to be honest. This is somebody who feels kind of imprisoned by this situation, right? This is somebody who says, you know, it's not fun anymore, and I feel like there's got to be more to life than this. Okay, let's clarify with another deck for you, Leo. I'm going to use this Manga Tarot to clarify. Yeah, okay. I have the Seven of Swords. Oh, I don't feel like you're telling anybody that you want to make this transition. I don't know if you're being so very honest about this with other people, and there's a reason for that. The Seven of Swords is someone who's kind of trying to sneak off into the night in this situation. This is somebody who says, how do I just get out of this situation quietly so it doesn't cause a bunch of drama, so it doesn't cause a bunch of stress? I have the Tower in the reverse, which for me as a reader is somebody who, you saw it coming, and you saw it's been coming for a while. It's kind of this feeling. The Tower and the Tower is always, it kind of feels like catastrophic crisis or something like that. But in this situation, it's kind of feeling like it's been coming for a while, and now you see that things are kind of going to topple, and it feels like you want to get out while you can. It's kind of that energy of the Tower. All right. I have the Chariot in the reverse, and then so here's the problem. Is whoever I'm reading for, you feel kind of stuck in this situation, and that comes out with that Nine of Swords and also this Chariot in the reverse. Chariot is the card of Cancer, but whenever we have the Chariot in the reverse, it's really an energy of somebody who says, I don't know how I'm supposed to get out of this situation. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I have this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and I have the Ten of Wands in the reverse here that comes out with that. This Nine of Pentacles in the reverse is someone who feels like they're always being pulled at by other people. Like other people's needs are always coming ahead of theirs, and it feels like this person's kind of put themselves on the sidelines for a long time, and I'm hearing it shows in a lot of ways. It shows in a lot of areas in your life. You're feeling off balance, and this Ten of Wands is somebody who says, you know, it's just having to deal with everyone's emotions, everybody's feelings all the time. I want to go somewhere where I can be peaceful, and I really want to just focus on me for a while. Okay, there it is. And I have the Ten of Swords. This is somebody who knows that in order, like, so the Ten of Swords it's the minor arcana of the Death card for me, right? And I call it the Julius Caesar card, and it's just kind of like, it feels almost like you've tried to get out from under this situation a few times. And every time it feels like something always happens that brings you back in, that kind of sucks you back in for whatever reason. And I think, I mean, I don't know if you're entirely ready to move on from this, but these are just the heavy feelings that you're having here. I've got the Knight of Cups. Something else is pulling you in a different direction. The Knight of Cups is someone who, it can be a new love relationship that's around the corner that you're instinctively feeling, and you feel like you need to move towards. This could be just the energy of wanting to love again. Wanting to love again. Oh, yeah, I like it. And I have the Lovers card that comes out with that. That's the card of Gemini, but this is someone who's having to make a major choice in their life. This is do I stay, do I go? Am I with this person? Am I not with this person? Is this me? Is this not me? The Lovers card is a card of choice, and it's a card of finite choice. And when it comes out near that Ten of Swords right there with that Knight of Cups, this is someone who finally decides, I'm ready to start choosing love again, whatever that means for you. And I don't know if that's an actual person coming towards you, but it's definitely an energy that's coming towards you. And in order to kind of get to that place, there's someone here who understands they have to end something else. And this ending has to be in their three-dimensional life, whether it's in your work life, whether it's in another relationship that just isn't going where you need it to go, or whatever. I don't know. There's an energy of an ending and it's an energy that ends this kind of codependent clinginess that's been coming from other people for a long time. I'm just getting the energy of somebody like holding on to someone's coattails or something like that and saying, please don't go, we need you here so much. And this could be related to your career as well. This 10 of Wands right here is somebody who's just tired of dealing with all the drama, right? And there's this real feeling of wanting to walk away, wanting to do something different for yourself. And it's really emphasis on for yourself, okay, Leo? And I think these are really positive, healthy, balanced feelings that you're having and energies that are coming towards you. However, there's this understanding that if you choose to go off on your own or whatever this is, to kind of sneak off quietly into the night here, there's this energy of upheaval and I don't know if you're afraid of the upheaval for other people or if it's the worry for yourself. I don't know how you're feeling there, but that's kind of the feeling that's keeping you stuck there with that Chariot in the reverse. This is somebody who feels like other people depend on them. And that may be what's keeping you a little bit hung up here, Leo. But I feel like this is kind of what you're processing this week. And it feels like I would expect us to see a little bit of a change next week. And I'm not sure where that's going to go, but we will check in next week. I love you very much, Leo. Thank you for letting me read for you guys. Next up, we have Aries. Aries, I'm going to use this Tarot of Wonderland for you guys. Okay. All right, Aries, first out for you, we have this 10 of Pentacles. This is somebody who's focusing on their home life. They're focusing on their stability. They're focusing on their finances. This is someone who may be experiencing a windfall of money. Things could be looking good for you this week financially, Aries. We have the 9 of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody who feels like they finally got some kind of monkey off their back, or they've got some kind of problem solved. This is someone who feels like it could have been that you've been experiencing a lot of anxiety and stress, worry, tossing, turning. How are we going to do this? How are we going to accomplish whatever we need to do? Like, there's this energy of just concern and worry with this 9 of Swords. But when we have it in the reverse with this 10 of Pentacles, it feels like there's kind of a relief from that. And it kind of feels like you just want to be peaceful and you just want to relax. It feels like you want to kind of tuck in and just be peaceful for a couple of days. If you have an opportunity to just soak up some quiet time for yourself, some solitude. Now we have this Wheel of Fortune that comes out on its side. There's going to be a shift here. I've got this 4 of Wands that comes out in the reverse. Hold on. And the 10 of Wands for you guys too, the 2 of Swords and the King of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so it kind of feels like there's kind of a different story coming out here for you, Aries. Now, it could be just a lot of different people's energies here to interpret, but it seems like there's been a lot of fighting in your life in the recent few weeks is kind of how it feels. And this could be in a marriage or in a home. It kind of feels that way. And there's someone here who's experiencing like a calm within the storm. It almost kind of feels like I have someone here who is, again, dealing with a lot of other people's emotions, including their own, and they're also carrying a lot of burden on their shoulders. This is someone who works a lot. They extend themselves to others a lot. They have a lot of people depending on them, and they have a lot of things that they are responsible for. And this 2 of Swords is someone who's kind of come to a crossroads, and they're feeling like they are needing to make a choice about what they want to do next. This way, that way, left, right, stay, go, something like that. And there's definitely a shift that's coming from this. I have the King of Cups in the reverse. And this is someone who's definitely not talking about what they're thinking. They're not talking about how they're feeling. They've been burying it for a long time. And it feels like it almost feels like it reads in a circle, like a cyclical pattern. Let me get just like a couple more out with this deck. Yep, good. Okay, now I've got the Knight of Cups that comes out in the reverse like this. This is somebody who Well, let me clarify with another deck. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I'm going to use this Artist's Inner Vision Tarot to clarify, because this King of Cups, that's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, but it doesn't have to be those signs. It's this energy of someone who doesn't give it away. They don't give up their feelings easily. This is someone who also could be kind of holding on to their feelings, not really letting people in too much, right? And kind of using their emotions as, I mean, just like this energy of like emotional manipulation in some way. And I don't know if that's you or if that's somebody else in this story. Let's look. I have the Five of Pentacles here. Yeah, I feel like, yeah. So the Five of Pentacles is someone who doesn't want this any longer. This is somebody who feels like they've struggled long enough. They are tired of it. There's a real energy of fatigue. This could be struggling financially always, like always never having enough in some way. I have the Three of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. This is someone who feels like there's a better future for themselves in another place. And this is someone who is kind of manifesting that for the future for themselves. This person's been thinking really, really hard about making positive changes in their lives. This is good. This Three of Wands is kind of the minor arcana of the Magician for me. This is someone who is the multitasker of multitaskers. And this person feels like they kind of, like there's a real strong sense of independence in this person. And so there's this feeling of, if things don't improve, then why do I need to stay here? With this Eight of Pentacles, this is someone who you could be receiving new job offers this week. You could be just really inspired by what you're working on, something like that. But this Eight of Pentacles is someone who's willing to do the hard work, and they're very invested in what they do, and they're very good at what they do. And it feels like you've created some kind of stair step of stability for yourself here. Eight of Swords coming out on its side, and I've got the High Priestess here. Here's the thing, Aries. There's this really kind of secretive energy about you this week where it doesn't feel like you're talking to very many people. It feels like you're kind of focusing on creating solutions to any of these issues that have developed in your life. This Four of Wands, what is the Four? Hold on, that's the wrong deck. Here we go. Okay. Well, it feels like there's going to be a lot more communication this week for you and whoever is involved in any part of this. It feels like you're going to start talking. You are ready to start talking in some way. You're going to shift. There's going to be a major change here with this Wheel of Fortune, where we all of a sudden have you able to free up some of your voice for the first time in a long time. You're going to feel a lot better I'm feeling like Thursday, Friday of next week. There's something that you kind of get off your chest here. And with this Five of Cups in the reverse, this is somebody who says, I'm not going to do it anymore. If it doesn't work well, if it's broken, we're just getting rid of it and we're getting something new. Or I'm just not going to deal with this emotional manipulation any longer. Like there's somebody who says, I'm just over it. I just don't want to do it any longer. And and it feels like a really positive change. And it comes from talking. It comes from communicating with another person. And I have the Ten of Pentacles again. I like it when we start and we end with the same card. That's a good sign. Ten of Pentacles is somebody who focuses on creating a life of more stability for themselves. You're doing a good job, Aries, whoever you are. This is somebody who doesn't want to deal with other people's drama, their problems, their situations any longer. This is somebody who just says, you know what? I choose to be happy. I choose to focus on the future for myself financially and emotionally. This is someone who has a lot of inner knowing. They've developed a lot spiritually, psychically over the last 6 months especially. There's someone here, this High Priestess is the card of Pisces, if that's of significance to you, but that's somebody who has grown a lot as a person, and now they can express themselves differently than they have in the past. And it just feels like an energy of somebody who wants to move on from some kind of high drama situation into something that's a lot more peaceful for themselves. That was your reading for the week, Aries. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Next up, we have Sagittarius. We're going to use this traditional Rider-Waite for Sagittarius. Okay. Okay, this is so interesting to me because if you'll notice, if you pop up to the other fire sign readings that we just did, we had the Ten of Swords in the Leo reading. We just had the Four of Wands in the Aries reading as well. And we use different decks in both of them. So sometimes there are kind of underlying energies that hit all of the different elemental groupings. And that's why I like to read y'all in elemental groupings. Anyway, so we have some kind of situation coming up for our Saggies here where we have the Ten of Swords, which is the minor arcana of the Death card for me. And this is someone who says, I have to end it. I have to, because I know that there's something much better for me. This marriage card here is this Four of Wands. I call it the marriage card, but it can also be the Twin Flame 1111 card. This is somebody who says, I have to focus on what I know is meant for me. The Star card is the card of Aquarius. This is, it's someone who says, I know that what's meant for me is for me and it can't be taken away from me. The Star card can be an energy of fame, for sure. It can be the energy of talent. It can be an energy of a divine blessing that can't be taken away from you because it's just part of your life path. And I think of the Star card as always being Pandora's box, right? So when you open it, it unleashes the good, the bad, and the ugly, for sure. And sometimes life's learning lessons end up being the things that make us who we are. I know. Yeah. And it's true though. So this is somebody who's kind of going through a situation where they're ending things that just aren't meant for them because they know there's something better for them. And that is, it goes with this Four of Cups. Whoever you Saggies are, you're so deep. I love it. This Four of Cups is somebody who says, I don't want anything that I have been seeing from anybody or anything in my life. I want something different. I want the right thing. There's usually kind of a pouty, sort of moody vibe associated with the Four of Cups. But for some, and there's a little bit of that here, especially with that Ten of Swords. But this is somebody, I'm reading for someone who is like very positive with their outlook on life. And it feels less pouty and more like independent. If that makes sense at all. It feels like somebody who's just saying, you know what, I just don't want those things. I want something different. I want something better for myself. I want something authentic. I want something that makes sense for me. Just a couple more cards out with this deck. I have all of my decks spread out here. As you can see, I was not very organized today. Now I've got the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Incidentally, this can be an energy of over drinking specifically. However, this is somebody, and I always call the Nine of Cups the minor arcana of the Star card. And this is somebody who realizes they have to let some dreams die in order to make space for new ones. And that can be about people, that can be about careers, that can be about just ideas, you know, letting go of one thing that you had your heart set on in order to attain the thing that is truly like the right thing for you. The right thing, the right person, you know, pick a noun. We've got the Seven of Swords out for you guys too. We had that out in the Leo reading up ahead as well. And this Seven of Swords is someone who really, I'm hearing this person keeps a lot of themselves to themselves. This person is really, I'm hearing secretive. This person has a lot of secrets. And I think it's you, Sagittarius. I think that there are a lot of aspects of yourself that you don't share with other people. And I think, what is that? The Six of Pentacles. You're very cautious as to who you are letting into your life right now. Two of Cups. It's like you have to be very cautious of who you let into your inner circle right now. You could have, there might be some trust issues here, Sagittarius. I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously not a medical doctor and you do you, but there's a little bit of an energy of kind of wounded warrior sort of vibe here. But there's somebody here who's kind of holding on to something better for them. This Two of Cups is a soulmate energy, and it feels like you know that this is right around the corner for you. And so it feels like you're ending anything that would keep you from finding this person. All right. Okie dokie. Let's clarify with this Chicoli deck real quick. I have the Five of Swords here. There's somebody who is, again, there's a lot of boundaries being put up here. There's somebody who feels like they have to watch the things that they say or who they say things around, kind of energy. I've got the Two of Cups again. I feel like you're almost waiting on someone, Sagittarius. There's someone here, there's like a mirroring effect here. It feels like you and this other person are both mirroring one another. What you got going on here? This is super fascinating to me, Saggy. There's like a real energy of a soulmate coming towards you this week. Okay, so I have the Justice card here, and then I have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Justice is the card of Libra. The Queen of Swords in the reverse is somebody who maybe has to admit that they maybe didn't say the right things, maybe they didn't do the right things, and this Justice card is somebody who wants to fix something. And I don't know if that's you or if that's another person here. There's this real energy of wanting to heal a situation because you know it's the right thing to do. And there's the energy of having to let go of something that you know is not the right thing so that you can free up space for this soulmate energy that's coming in here. Now, this Two of Cups, it doesn't have to be about a romantic soulmate, obviously. I guess it could be, but you know, I didn't even pay attention to this. The Two of Cups twice plus this Four of Wands, that's like very heavy. This Four of Wands, I'll say again, is that twin flame divine union soulmate. And then this Two of Cups is again soulmate card. That's like, I can't say it enough times, right? But this would be, I think that you have some kind of, I want to say almost premonition. I've got the Knight of Cups out and the Ten of Wands here. This is somebody who is kind of refusing to give their heart to anyone except for the right person. And I don't know if you know who that is. It feels like they're kind of on their way pretty quick, like to you though. And this Two of Cups, it could be a partnership in business for sure. But with that many, that Four of Wands and that Two of Cups twice, it feels like more romantically leaning. You're not letting very many people in towards you because you just understand that now's the time to just focus on what it is you want for the future, because I feel like there's this heavy energy of someone coming towards you. With this Ten of Wands right here, this is, again, and the Ten of Wands showed up, I think, in both the Leo and the Aries readings as well. This is somebody who feels like they've gotten out of the maze, like they've figured it out. There's like an energy of just sitting and waiting calmly. Okay. And I have the Chariot in the reverse. This is somebody who says, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to wait. Interesting. I've not ever seen a reading like this. The Ten of Swords is on top of that too. And I like it when we start with what we end with. The Ten of Swords. It's again the energy of death or an ending. And it's the card of, well, I always think of death as Scorpio, of course, and so that's kind of how it feels to me. But there's somebody here who says, you know, I'm ready to let go of the things that need to be let go of. And I understand this is going to be uncomfortable and this may be a little bit messy for me to accomplish this, but it feels like I need to do that. I need to cut some ties with some things that were painful for me. And this could be energetically, emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever. But there's this energy of a real soulmate coming in and you not giving in to anyone else until you see that one specific person, partner, or something like that. There's this, yeah, it's definitely there. So, and it feels like there's a real calmness to it. Like there doesn't feel like there's any stress or worry. I think if you've been feeling a lot of high anxiety recently, that's kind of dissipating, and it feels like there's just a real peacefulness to you, Sagittarius. All right, that was your reading for this week. I will catch up with you guys next week. We have Ophiuchus up next. For Ophiuchus, let's use this Tarot of Dreams by Cyril Marchetti. Those are serious. All right. Okay, I have the Four of Cups in the reverse for Ophiuchus. All right, this is somebody who says, and we had this up above for Saggy as well. And an Ophiuchus is someone who's born between, I think it's November, I want to say it's November 29th and December 17th. So if you fall in between those dates, you may resonate with this reading, or you may want to pop up and watch the Sagittarius reading, or maybe the Scorpio reading. And that's why I try to read Ophiuchus right between Saggy and Scorpio. But we had just had the Four of Cups out for Sagittarius a moment ago. And with the Four of Cups in the reverse, this is somebody who says, I've been focusing on the wrong things for too long, and now it's time for me to refocus on the things that are the most important to me. And it doesn't feel selfish, and it doesn't feel even self-centered. It just feels like it's kind of, it again feels very peaceful, similar to the Sagittarius reading. I've got the Knight of Cups out for you guys, the Queen of Wands, very good, and this Three of Pentacles here. This is somebody who's developing partnerships in business. They're working well on teams with other people. This is someone who is really dynamic, very beautiful. This is someone who is doing well for themselves right now. Queen of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, and when they're in the upright position, they're highly creative. They're very attractive. They're very magnetic to the things that they need to see in their lives. And they're very good manifestors. They're known for being a little bit witchy and just like very intriguing personality types. This Knight of Cups energy is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. And this is someone who I feel like there might be somebody out there that wants to reach out to you, if I'm being honest, Ophiuchus. Oh, I know, all of a sudden I got really nervous for you too. And I don't know, they may have seen you where you work or something like that. I have the Ten of Swords out for you guys too. Definitely pop up and watch some of those fire sign readings if you're so inclined to, Ophiuchus. This Ten of Swords is the minor arcana of the Death card, I always say, but when we have it in the reverse, this can be an on-again, off-again relationship. This could be somebody who keeps popping up into your life. This could be an ending that you keep trying to end and it just doesn't seem to ever change. Hold on. I'm going to get a couple more cards around that because that could be a couple of different things, really. I've got the Hanged Man that comes out on its side. You're waiting to make decisions about your future, and you've got the Two of Cups as well. And you've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Swords, and the King of Swords. Now, it should be said that this Wheel of Fortune, there's been a lot of delays for you lately. It feels like if you've been struggling a little bit financially or in business or something, that's kind of evident here, but things are changing rapidly. You have a lot of people that want to reach out to you this week, Ophiuchus. We have a King of Swords here, which is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It feels like there's somebody of one of those air signs that wants to reach out, and I'm usually not a zodiac sign specific person, but for someone out here, there is someone who will, of one of those signs, who probably will be reaching out to you this week, and it will be romantically related. This Ace of Swords, and this would be somebody you haven't talked to in a while. This Ace of Swords is a message that's very transformational for you. This, man, well, let's talk about this Two of Cups, I guess. I guess. I know. I'm nervous for you. I said I was nervous for you. This Two of Cups it can be a soulmate relationship coming towards you, Ophiuchus. And I don't say that about every single reading except for when it comes out in the cards, obviously. But the Two of Cups it's a partnership that makes a lot of sense for you. And there is someone who wants to extend some kind of an offer of love to you this week. And if there's going to be some kind of message that you receive that is kind of it's transformational somehow in your life, this is some kind of on again, off again relationship, which makes me nervous. And here's the thing, you have a lot of people who are very interested in being near you, spending time with you, that sort of thing. This week you have a lot of admirers or something. I don't know, maybe you're just real good looking or something this week, Ophiuchus, but there's just a lot of positivity surrounding you, and you're being very cautious as to who you allow into your space, which was very similar, I think, to that Aries reading as well. Now, this Hanged Man is the card of Pisces, and this is someone who's really, they're just waiting to make any decisions about any important relationships in their lives. I don't know what you have going on this week, Ophiuchus, and I don't know what's going on in your life, but there's like, I don't know, it feels like you're sort of procrastinating making decisions in your love life. That's weird. But there's someone here who's going to reach out and talk to you about this situation. I think so. I have the Two of Pentacles, I have the Nine of Cups out for you, and Five of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords has been kind of popular with our fire signs as well. This is somebody who's experienced a lot of stress and anxiety from this relationship in the past, and it feels like you've thought long and hard about this relationship. There was something about this person and they really balanced you in some way, Ophiuchus. It feels like whatever it was that they brought into your life, it was very, it was like a passionate balance, but there was something I know that's very elusive, but there's some questioning as to whether, no, I don't know if it was so much balance. It could have been imbalance, actually. And I think that's why you've been on the fence. Like, it seems like sometimes things were really good with this person. Sometimes they weren't so great with this person. And this Nine of Cups is the minor arcana of the Star card for me. And again, this is about you trying to decide what the right situation is here for you. It feels like you've thought about it, the pros and the cons of this relationship. This person's coming towards you whether you like it or not, and they're going to say something that really, really changes the dynamic here in some way, and I see that as being what it is. But here it feels like you've kind of been on the fence about this person or this situation for a while. I've got the Three of Pentacles that comes out here again. This is somebody who's really just pouring themselves into work right now just to kind of avoid making any kind of decisions. I know, that's rather specific. Okay, Ophiuchus. Seven of Pentacles, this is somebody who says, I'm just waiting. I'm going to wait. I honestly think you're not really going to say much else about this. This is a situation that you don't know what you want to do yet. You're still trying to decide how your heart feels. You're trying to decide, is this situation or this person worth it? This person feels a lot of love for you. And I think that the fact that this is a soulmate relationship is undeniable. But the Devil in reverse comes out here. This is somebody who says, but you can't deny the toxicity in this, right? Yes, absolutely. This person has shown themselves to you on more than one occasion to be, I don't know if it's unreliable or immature or inflammatory, or I don't know what you've got going on, but seriously, it's kind of put you through a lot of anxiety and stress, whatever this relationship was. And I don't think it was like there was a lot of passion, but there might have been like a lack of balance or something like that. And I feel like this person wants to come in and they want to talk to you about that situation. They're going to tell tell you how much they love you and how much they want to be with you. But I think that you ultimately don't see a future with this person because of everything you've experienced with them in the past. You dig? Yes. All right, Ophiuchus, that was your reading for the week. I will see you guys next week, and we'll see where your head is at with this situation. All right. I hope you guys are doing well. Talk to you soon. Next up, we have Scorpio, first of our water signs. I'm going to use this Mary Out Tarot for Scorpio. Queen of Cups out for Scorpio. That's your card. Way to show up for you. Okay, so this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, but this Queen of Cups is someone who's very nurturing, very beautiful, very much loved by other people, and you're a giver and a lover as well. This is someone who may be focusing on their children this week. This is someone who may be focusing on their heart this week. This may be someone who's giving, you know, emotional support a lot this week. We have the Nine of Pentacles here. This is, Nine of Pentacles is the minor arcana of the Empress for me as a reader, Scorpio, and this is somebody who's highly independent. This is someone who may own their own business. This may be somebody who does everything on their own for themselves and takes care of a lot of other people at the same time. This is someone who's trying really hard to be the best version of themselves, and they are wonderful. They're just wonderful. Yeah. A lot of people look up to you, and a lot of people come to you for emotional support. I have the Seven of Wands. It feels like you're having to fight a lot of other people's battles at times. It feels like you stick up for, I'm hearing like a lot of nice things about you, Scorpio. I'm hearing that you stick up for the underdog in situations that I'm actually almost emotional about it, because people have really nice things to say about you. I have the Hierophant in the reverse. The Hierophant is the card of Taurus, and that's somebody who, they don't want to do things the same way other people have done them in the past. This is somebody who wants to, I'm hearing like change the world. This is somebody who, they want things to be better. They don't like the broken systems they've been seeing, whether it's in their own lives or their families, or maybe even in their own communities, something like that. The Hierophant is someone who says, or in the reverse is somebody who says, I can't sit by and watch any kind of injustice happen. I just want more for everyone. The Hierophant is the card of marriage, and in the reverse, this can be somebody who decides not to go that route. They decide to make a major change for the better of everyone. The King of Swords in the reverse comes out, and I've got the Three of Pentacles. This is someone who's a hard worker and they're a team player. And I feel like you're always overlooked and a little underappreciated, Scorpio. This King of Swords in the reverse is, it's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. But when we have it in the reverse, this is someone who is acknowledging that they haven't maybe always felt this way. They maybe weren't always so evolved. And I think that's where, I think that's why people love you so much, Scorpio, is you have this ability to admit when you haven't been your best, and to grow from that. And that's really kind of what life's all about, and I think that's why people admire you so much. There's a real vulnerability to this, and I've never thought of Scorpio as someone who's very comfortable as like the sign of Scorpio. If you can define any part of your personality with a zodiac sign, I'm not sure. But this would be, like, I never think of a Scorpio as someone who's particularly good at feeling vulnerable. But this person, whoever I'm reading for, has developed a new softness to them, and it comes from admitting when they weren't always at their best. You know, when they didn't always tell the truth, when they weren't always kind with their words, or when they didn't always make the best choices. And there's this real energy of wanting to make the world a better place, and this person feels like it kind of starts with them. This could be somebody who's going on some kind of spiritual journey, or someone who's you know, really focused on their evolution. I have the Queen of Swords out now. Very good. Also Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. There's somebody who's had like a real transformation in the way that they're thinking about things, in the way that they're viewing themselves and other people. This person wants to almost spread the word. This is somebody who may be feeling like writing a book all of a sudden. This person may be feeling like they have words that could help inspire others with their story in some way. I have the Six of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody who feels like that's part of their journey in some way, is to help other people. This is a rather specific message, Scorpio. It's whoever you are, you're very, very beautiful. And the things that you're doing right now are important for you, and they're important for other people. Other people will benefit from what you're doing right now, I feel. This Six of Swords in the reverse is somebody who says, you know, I want the pain that I've experienced to be of some benefit to others. And that's like, it's almost like a very freeing action to express that. I have the Magician in the reverse. Wow. This person, if this is your reading, Scorpio, this would be someone who would have been very hard on themselves in the past. Someone who really has dug deep and kind of seen the shadow aspects of themselves and kind of admitted them to themselves, and someone who is actively looking to heal those. And I have the King of Swords out again. There's a lot of emphasis on communication. There's a lot of emphasis on writing how you're feeling or expressing yourself in some way. This King of Swords energy is somebody who admittedly, and I feel like you have to reiterate this so much, admittedly didn't always say the nicest things, or they didn't process things in the way that they wish that they had. This is someone who's being very honest with themselves and other people about their behavior and about their choices. Zoinks. You're like so serious with yourself, Scorpio. I have the Six of Pentacles. This is somebody who says, I wasn't being fair in the past, and I want to be, and I'm ready to be supportive of someone. And there are a lot of people who are kind of looking to you now, Scorpio. I'm hearing like influential, that you are influential. And I have the Tower in the reverse. This is somebody who says, I could have avoided this whole situation, this whole mess, or all of these messy feelings if I had just kind of had the light bulb switched on a little bit sooner. However, I would not be the person that I am today and have had the experiences that I've had today if I hadn't been through whatever this was. So I don't know what this was for you, but this Tower in the reverse, Scorpio, is someone who, like, there was always some kind of little hole in some kind of situation, and you always sort of knew it, and it kept getting bigger and bigger, but it was never attended to. And this could be within your relationship with another person, or this could just be some part of your life. I don't know. But, and it felt like it kept getting bigger and bigger, and you didn't acknowledge it, and you didn't acknowledge it, and it kind of tore you apart. And then you had to rebuild yourself, and you have. And it comes from being very honest with yourself. Good job. You are impressive. It's true. And I have, excuse me, the Five of Cups in the reverse and the Ten of Wands that comes out on its side. The Five of Cups in the reverse is somebody who says, I'm not going to involve myself with that level of emotional instability any longer, or that kind of, I'm not going to drive myself crazy any longer. I'm ready to let go of it all. The Ten of Wands is somebody who says it's already happened, and so now all that's left is for me to kind of dust off my hands and pick up the pieces and rebuild, and be very like, there are a lot of people who, it feels like coming to you for advice or something like that. And this was kind of a heavy reading, but like very, very beautiful. Your energy is so beautiful. And I feel like there's just this real emphasis on other people really appreciating who you've become, Scorpio. And I don't know, there's also a lot of emphasis on you being able to communicate some kind of story to those almost in your community, maybe, or I don't know what you do, But if you're a writer, this would be a very, very good week for you to get to business, right? That was your reading for the week, Scorpio. I'll catch up with you guys next week. Next up, we have Pisces. Let's use this vice versa tarot for Pisces. Alrighty, I got the Knight of Wands for you guys, and I've got the High Priestess that comes out in the reverse. I can't get it up off the floor. There we go. High Priestess is the card of Pisces. Way to go and show up for yourself. But here's the thing: you're not particularly happy this week, and you want something different. The reason I say that, this is somebody who just kind of wishes that they've made different choices in the past, and then we have somebody who wants to go. Excuse me, that was like a lot of chaos that just happened right now all of a sudden over here on this side of the table. But this High Priestess in the reverse, that indicates you not feeling like your best self. Now Pisces, you're highly intuitive, you're highly psychic, you're somebody who is very comfortable with isolation. You're someone who is very good at just kind of looking at things from other people's perspective. You're always very, if this is you, this would be somebody who's just used to there being peacefulness and calmness in their lives. They don't enjoy discord, and for some reason you're kind of feeling like things are a little discordant in your life right now, and you're not happy with it. You want to move on from this, you want to go somewhere else, and you want to go somewhere else in a hurry. This Knight of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sag energy, but it's somebody who just wants to, they want to focus on a different kind of goal. They're not loving where they're at right now. The Eight of Cups is here, and that is somebody who is considering moving on, but they're sort of looking at the situation and trying to figure out, like, can this be fixed? Is this going to get better? Is this just a bump in the road, or is this something I need to bail out on? Okay. And I have the King of Pentacles, and this is somebody who says, I've sort of built this whole empire, this whole kingdom, and it's done well for me, but it feels like you may be wanting to turn your back on that for some reason. It's interesting. I don't know, I wouldn't normally point this out, but there's a bull over here, which is always reminds me of Taurus. I have the Three of Swords here. This is an energy of an ending or a breakup. I always call it the Ben and Jerry's card of the deck. This would be an indication of like heartache, grief, pain, some kind of separation, some kind of major ending that hurts. It can be a breakup. It doesn't necessarily have to be in your love life. It could be, the thing about tarot cards is they're energies. They carry energies and they tell stories. And so you just have to decide if it resonates for you at all, and if it does, how it kind of fits into your life, if it does at all. So this Three of Swords, though, it can be the energy of a breakup or an ending for sure. I've got the Lover's card here as well, which is the card of Gemini, but it's somebody who's making a major choice in their lives. Do I stay? Do I go? Do we keep this together? Is it possible? I have the Ten of Swords. It feels like you're making a choice to move out into a different direction, move on into a different direction. It feels like this was a difficult choice for you to make. It feels like it was something that almost came out of nowhere for you, or something, there was like an opportunity that maybe came up. Maybe there was, I don't know, something that causes you to want to follow a different course, follow a different sort of path or passion. With this Ten of Swords, this is something that you kind of feel like it was a long time coming, or like on one hand it feels like it kind of comes out of nowhere, but it feels like it was like a lot of blows at once, right? with this Ten of Swords, it was like one thing after another that kind of pushed you over the edge here. And it feels like whatever choice you're making, I should say, Pisces, it feels like the one that is most authentic to you. And I like that. And I have the Queen of Swords here. This is somebody who's not sure they're ready to talk about it with other people yet, and that could be why we have that High Priestess in the reverse. You're not sharing your feelings with other people about this yet. This Queen of Swords on its side is somebody who's, they're not really sure what to say about it yet. Well, okay. All right, I'm going to grab another deck, Pisces. Let's see here. Let us use this Heaven and Earth Tarot. I just think whoever you are, you're making the right choice for yourself. And I think you know that, but it's not, it's like a choice you wish that you had kind of known was going to be coming sooner. You would have planned for it differently. It feels like you created a real world for yourself here in some way. And you were pretty set with this world for a long time. And now we have you looking off into a future that is very bright. It really is. It looks really, really good. But it's just, there's some kind of painful ending here that has to happen first. And now I have this Three of Pentacles in the reverse. This could be related to your career life. This could also be related to your romantic life with that Lovers card. We have the Chariot card here on its side. This is somebody who says, I guess it's time for me to move on. This is somebody who hasn't fully committed to this action of change, but it's coming. And this Three of Pentacles in the reverse is somebody who has to admit that they haven't been on the same page with the other people in this situation for a long time, and that they haven't been really working functionally on this team for a while, Pisces. And I have the King of Cups here. That's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. I love you guys. You're great. But this is somebody who says, you know, I think it's time for me to finally acknowledge how I'm feeling and to kind of start sharing that with other people. This is somebody who's going to be circulating the email, or somebody who's going to be typing up the text message this week that says, honestly, this is the truth about how I'm feeling. This is honestly what I want to do. This is honestly where I want to head off for the future. And it feels, it's like a very strong, bold choice for you to be honest. I have the Devil card that comes out, and also this Eight of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody who, the reason you didn't move on sooner is because you were kind of enslaved to this energy in some way. This Devil is the card of Capricorn, but it's somebody who, it's very similar energy to the Lovers card, and it's interesting it comes out right on top of the Lovers card. So if we're talking about a love relationship here, this would be somebody that you were kind of changed to, and at first things went well, and then they kind of went toxic, and then you were kind of stuck with them. And like this, it was definitely something that you stayed in longer than you probably should have. And the reason you didn't move on, you didn't know how you were supposed to move on. You probably had a lot of soul ties, emotional ties to this person. That's what we get when we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. And so it's no wonder you haven't been able to free yourself up from this for a while. There was just an awful lot here. This could have been a major love relationship in your life that you're moving on from. There's this real energy of kind of wishing that you knew then what you know now. But I have the Queen of Cups out here again. Very good. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. You guys are wonderful. This Queen of Cups is somebody who says, I'm ready for the right thing. And there's this real energy of independence. There really, really is, especially with that heron there. Yep, been seeing a lot of herons lately. Herons can be an energy of independence. They can be an energy of needing to go off into your own. Yeah, and to get very honest with yourself about who you are and what it is that you want to see for your future, because there's definitely a change headed for you, Pisces. Very good. You know, sometimes it's difficult to let go of people, places, things, you know, whenever we need to. And it's a very brave person indeed who is able to, for sure. And that seems like you this week. Very good, Pisces. I'll catch up with you guys soon. Next up, we have Cancer. Where is this? All right, for Cancer, let's use, let's use this Deviant Moon Tarot deck for Cancer. We have the Justice card out, and we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Justice in the... So it could be that you are dealing with legal proceedings, having to file paperwork of some sort. The Justice card is the card of Libra. This is somebody who is anticipating drama. This Queen of Swords in the reverse is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. This is somebody who's pretty cutthroat with the things that they say. I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody else. I feel like I'm seeing like courtroom battles or something like that. Or just having to deal with someone who's got a pretty... It feels like they don't have anything nice to say about anything. That's really... And we have the Ten of Pentacles. This could be something that affects you financially. This could be something that causes, that kind of rocks your stability, rocks your foundational support in some way. There's somebody here who feels like, they really don't have time for this. They don't have the energy for this. And they don't have the fortitude for this. They are tired. They want to just give up. This is somebody with this Page of Cups. Wow. Okay. We have the Page of Cups and the Seven of Swords that comes out here. This Page of Cups is somebody who says, it's time for me to offer an extension of kindness, love, support, apology, whatever it takes to fix this situation is what I want to do. Okay. Now here's the Seven of Swords. There's someone here who hasn't been being completely honest. And I don't know if that's you, Cancer, or if this other person is embodying that energy. But the Seven of Swords is known for not always telling the truth. And at this point, specific to this Deviant Moon Tarot, this is somebody who has to swallow their words now. They have to swallow their truth. They have to swallow the things that they had put down on paper before. This is somebody who has to... It's like pony up with the goods or accept what they had said they were going to accept. Okay, so there is some kind of healing that happens this week for this situation. I really do feel that way because of this Page of Cups. This is somebody who gives a little bit. They give a little bit of room, a little bit of wiggle room. This is somebody who says, okay, I get it. You're being a monstrous, horrible beast right now, but I'm not being my best self either. You're not going to say this out loud. This is all in your head, right? Very much be careful of the things that you say this week, Cancer, because it just looks like high drama over here at the beginning. But this is somebody who says, I understand we haven't been so great to each other lately, but how's about we just kind of move on from this and we focus on the truth and the reality at hand. I have the Fool card that comes out on its side. This is somebody who says, I just feel like the past is always biting my ankles. This is somebody who says, I'm so ready for a fresh start. I'm so ready to move on from this. I'm so ready to to bring about the next phase of my life because I don't want to live this way anymore. Oh, okay. Like there's this energy of run away, run away. And I have the Two of Cups here. So this could be, this guy's been really popular tonight. This two of Cups, it's about a soulmate relationship. This is about someone who had come into your life. They were meant to affect you in whatever way that they have. You've grown a lot because you've known this person. And at some point you guys kind of stop being so nice to one another, it looks like. And it has affected you financially. This could have affected your home. You could have gone through a divorce with this person. You could be going through that process now. And this is somebody who understands that if things are going to get better, we're both going to have to give a little bit in this situation. There's like an admission that yes, you guys were once at one time a wonderful partnership. It feels like Queen of Wands in the reverse and the Four of Wands in the reverse. All right, so there could have been some kind of third-party interference here, possibly. This Four of Wands in the reverse can be a dissolution of a major partnership in your life. The Four of Wands is that twin flame 1111 soulmate card, right? A divinely guided soulmate. But it can also be a card of marriage. And so when we have it in the reverse with all these other cards, with the Justice card and the Ten of Pentacles there, and this whole thing, it just feels like this energy of a heavy loss, right? And this admission that in order for things to get better, we're both going to have to give a little bit here. Let me get out another deck. Let's use this Star Power Tarot for you guys. Yeah, I've got the Six of Cups on one side, which is again another soulmate card, and then we have the Nine of Cups here. There's this it almost feels good to admit how important you've been to one another, how influential you've been for one another. And it's okay if you don't end up with this person forever, but there's like this admission that this person was highly influential in your life and in your spiritual development. Okay, so this Four of Swords is somebody who is separated, or they are on a break from someone. Four of Swords can be somebody who's taking a break in order to contemplate what they want to do next. And I have the Knight of Wands. This is somebody who says, whatever I'm doing, it's not going to be this. It's going to be something different. And this is somebody who's really driven to get themselves into the next phase of their lives with this Fool card. There's almost like this energy. If you are dealing with someone in this situation, if this reading is like very specific to you, there is this energy of whatever we have to do is what I want to do to move on from this. There's like this real energy of, get me out of here. Okay. And I have the Ace of Swords that comes out in the reverse. Again, I will reiterate to you, Cancer, that just be so careful about the things that you say this week, the things that you say verbally, and the things that you say digitally and in writing. Make sure you're very honest this week, because there's the potential for things coming back to sort of bite you in the ass if not. And the same thing goes for whoever's on the other side of this. Be very conscientious of your words and what you're communicating with other people this week. And a big focus on honesty here. And it's possible that there may be things coming up for you this week where you're reminded of times in your life where you weren't always so honest, either with yourself or with this other person, okay? And I have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. We have a lot of queens on the table here, it should be said. There's a lot of heavy feminine energy here. This Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, though, is someone who is saying, you know what? I'm hearing the words like, I feel like I've failed as a mother or as a partner or something like that. Like, there could be kind of an energy of heaviness for you this week, where you're kind of processing some of your failures, or this other person is kind of processing some of their failures or something like that. And again, it's not an energy that you want to really dwell in. It's one of those energies that you want to say, okay, well, if that's the case, then how do we change? How do we transition into something that is more comfortable for me? Something that makes me feel better at the end of every day. There's a real focus on creating positivity. Look at you. We've got the Empress card that comes out at the end. And like I was saying, there are a lot of queens on the table here. If you get all four of the queens, it basically is the embodiment of this Empress, Cancer. And this is the card of Virgo, but this is somebody who says, you know what, it's time for me to boss up. It's time for me to truly be who I really, really am in this situation. If you have been allowing yourself to maybe not be very nice to someone, or maybe not be very honest with someone, there's this point this week where you say, you know what, I am not that person anymore. I want to be something different. I want to be something healthier. And if there's somebody that you've been interacting with who's kind of been maybe not so honest, maybe not so kind with their words, or maybe not being so authentic with who they represent, there's this energy of you becoming like the bigger person in the situation, and not in like a condescending sort of way, but more in a way that says, I am the bigger person because I am a bigger person now. You know what I mean? And that is you this week, Cancer. And it is something that you should be very proud of yourself for even feeling. That's like when I say bossed up, like emotionally, it really feels like you have. There's this energy of, how do we just heal this situation? How, if I have to bend, if I have to say, you're so right, I was wrong and you were right, then that is what I want to do. And that it just is, because ultimately you really want the best for everyone in the situation, and that's how you've grown. All right, that was your reading for the week, Cancer. Thanks for letting me read for you. Next up, we have Capricorn, first of our earth signs. I'm going to use this Artist's Inner Vision Tarot for Capricorn. Oh, I have the Queen of Wands out for Capricorn. This is a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. This could be somebody who is a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of attention they're receiving right now. This could be somebody who's feeling a little bit like they just need some time alone. I have the Page of Pentacles that comes out here. There's somebody here who's maybe wanting to start something new for themselves and wanting to embark on a journey that brings more stability into their life. This person could be wanting to go back to school, but there's this energy of being kind of overwhelmed by the amount of attention you're receiving this week, Capricorn. It could just be that a lot of people are looking to, it could be you're being looked at for promotion. There's an energy of like kind of scrutiny. I have the Magician in the reverse. Hold on. And I have the King of Pentacles. And the Page of Wands. Okay, so this is somebody who feels like something's kind of out of their hands now. Like they don't have a lot of control over it. They're just going to do their best to be their very best self. So this is somebody who's really focusing on creating financial abundance in their lives. And it feels like you are doing that, Capricorn. This King of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. But this is somebody who finally has figured out a situation. And this Magician in the reverse is someone who in the past had maybe been a little bit, I don't know, could be a need to control, but it could also be someone who just feels like everything they've done in the past was kind of failing in some way. There's somebody who wants to start something new. And this Page of Wands with this Magician in the reverse, because the Page of Wands is in reverse here too. This would be somebody who feels like everything that they've done in the past hasn't worked out the way they wanted it to. It's like they want a new plan, they want a better plan, and they want one that makes sense for them. It feels like you have a lot of people who are very admiring of you or something. There's an energy of admiration there. And people who would love to invest in you in some way. But you're kind of questioning maybe yourself, maybe your motives. Let me look a little bit further. Clear as mud to me, Capricorn. Got the Queen of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody who has maybe hurt you with their words, or maybe you've hurt someone with your words. Queen of Swords in the reverse is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. You've got two queens out here and a king and a page. And every card out here is actually a character. You may have a lot of people, just like I was saying, just like a lot of people very focused on you this week, Capricorn. And maybe you're feeling a little bit exposed. Like it's kind of this energy of like, golly, I hope I can do it. I hope that I can not let these people down or something. With the Magician in the reverse, this is somebody who's fearful that maybe their work goes unnoticed, or something's misinterpreted or something. This Page of Wands in the reverse is somebody who feels like maybe their advances were misinterpreted, or a message is taken the wrong way or something, and somebody feels like they've said the wrong thing or done the wrong thing in some way. This is somebody who feels like just there's an emphasis of scrutiny here. And I have the Six of Pentacles. This is somebody who feels like something's been kind of off balance and not fair. This is someone who feels like I can hear this person saying, I am the nicest person. I am so good to everybody. I do the best that I can. And I work really hard and I give a lot. And in return, I'm not getting the things that I need. There's this overlooked and underappreciated kind of vibe here. But somebody who's also feeling like they've been... I don't know if it's kind of slighted, or if they feel like maybe they've just been some kind of misinterpretation of their actions or something. All right. I'm going to use this traditional deck to clarify a little bit further, because this Six of Pentacles on its side can be an energy of breadcrumbing, somebody who's not giving you what you need or want. And if the Six of Pentacles came out on top of the Six of Pentacles, good job. And then I've got the Two of Cups here. Yeah, you thought this was going to be a really solid partnership. This person wasn't giving you what you needed. There was definitely an energy of being overlooked here, or something. This Two of Cups comes out in the reverse on top of this King of Pentacles. This is somebody who says, this is not the partnership for me. This is not the friendship. This is not the romantic relationship that I need. I'm tired of always having to justify myself, or feeling like my words are not being received. I've got the Strength card in the reverse. That's somebody who feels like they failed in a situation. Man, this is kind of heavy, Capricorn. Here's the thing though. It feels like you have been trying to conduct yourself in a way that's very authentic to you for a long time. And it feels like there's an energy of maybe misjudgment here from somebody or on somebody's part. And it feels like now you are questioning your words in this situation. You're questioning your motives. You're questioning like all of the feelings that you had in this situation. And that's why I think it's a little cloudy. It's a little muddy, Capricorn. I have the Three of Cups in the reverse. There may have been third-party interference here. This can be the energy of an affair, or sort of like an interloper of some sort. There, again, are a lot of people involved in this situation in some way. And now we have you at a crossroads. Now you're trying to decide where you want to go, where you want to head. And it feels like while you've been through this situation, and it's still kind of floating up around in your head, Capricorn, it feels like there's this real energy of wanting to move on from whatever this situation was. There's something about it that really, like, it bothers my tummy to think about. You may be just kind of anxious about it, and you kind of just want to move on from this situation. You want to let it go. It was something that you felt like you just it didn't bring out the best things in you, or you were somehow misinterpreted or something. And so now you're at this crossroads and you're trying to decide where you want to head next. And it feels like you're ready to leave behind the things that weren't comfortable for you. And we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. This is somebody who says, I wish I hadn't let that person in so quickly. I wish I hadn't let my boundaries down, because now I feel sort of exposed. And that's what I mean. Like, it feels like you have people watching you, or maybe discussing you or something in a way that you just never had intended. And we have the Ten of Wands out here for you guys. This guy's been popular tonight too. This is somebody who says, I just don't feel like dealing with it anymore. I want to put all of this down, this burden down. I just want to move on to something that's simpler, something that's easier for me emotionally, physically, something like that. And I have the Lovers in the reverse, and I have the Ace of Swords. This is somebody who says, you know what, I think it's time for me to be really honest with this other person or this situation, and tell them exactly how I'm feeling and how I don't want to go in this direction any longer. And I think it's time for me to cut ties with this situation. I feel like it's a message that you send this week, Capricorn, that's very honest, it's very forthright, and it feels like it comes straight from you. And it's somebody who says, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to change my direction. Good. I like it. It feels really, really healthy. It feels very empowered. And I'm glad to see that, because with this Strength in the reverse, it does feel like somebody who feels like they failed in something that was important to them. And I'm hearing it just wasn't for you. It just wasn't the right thing for you. It didn't make sense. And when you sit and look back on it, you say, yeah, I can see how it didn't really make sense. I had gotten it into my head that that's what I wanted, or that's who I wanted, or something. And now that I'm looking at it, now I know I need to go in a completely different direction, start over, like at a ground zero, or like from the beginning, and look for something that is more authentic to you in some way. My left ear is ringing now. And that is always an energy of information always coming. You may be getting some significant downloads this week, Capricorn, as to just how things are going in your life. With that Two of Swords, that's definitely the energy of being at a crossroads and trying to decide where you want to head next. You could be considering a physical move, or change of career or something. There's something that's just kind of hit you in a way that it's kind of changed your perspective on who you want to be and how you allow people to be in your life for now on. All right, that was your reading for the week, Capricorn. Thanks for letting me read for you. Next up, we have Virgo. I'm going to use this Hush Tarot for Virgo. Six of Swords out for Virgo. Good job. I'm going to put these back in because that's too many. Six of Swords is somebody who says, I'm ready to move on from this situation. I'm ready to go somewhere different. And it feels like a very good choice because whatever it is that you've been doing, and I don't mean to be like very dramatic about this, but it feels like something that was really uncomfortable for you and you're really excited to move out of those waters into something that's healthier, something that's better for you. I have the Strength in the reverse out for you guys too, which we just had up for Capricorn, and now I have the Nine of Cups. Oh good, this is something that, this is a great energy for you, Virgo. This is somebody who says, I can't do this anymore. This is somebody who says, we have to get out of this. We have to move on. We have to help this situation, something like that. There's somebody here who is like, they cannot wait to get out of here. And it's something that's been kind of tearing you down, Virgo. And that's what I was saying. Like, I don't mean to sound high drama here, but it feels like something that's been really unpleasant. And we have the Nine of Cups, which is you moving on towards some kind of wish fulfillment. It's like wish granted. Very good. I always call the Nine of Cups the minor arcana of the star, but it also feels like a birthday candle wish that comes true. And it's something you're very grateful for. There's like a grateful blessing here. It's like a relief. And I have the Wheel of Fortune. This is so good. So whatever it is that's been kind of busting your chops here with that Six of Swords energy, like this need to get out, whatever it is that's been kind of like, I'm feeling like just being like choked by weeds or something, and something that's very thorny and prickly, whatever that was, you are leaving it behind. And we have a major shift, a major change that's coming for you, Virgo, with this Wheel of Fortune energy in the upright position. That means being back in the flow. It's almost like, I don't know if you went on a bad vacation or if like, I don't know, toxic work environment or something. I don't know, but this is like cutting cords with the ties that bind in a way. And I have the Three of Wands. This is great news. That's the minor arcana of the Magician for me. And then I have the Nine of Pentacles. Hooray! This is good. I can't oh, and underneath that we have the Five of Pentacles. Good. So this is somebody who's focused on the future, definitely. With the Three of Wands, that's the minor arcana of the Magician for me. And this is somebody who says, I have a clear vision for my future now. I'm no longer being junked up by whatever this business was over here. This Nine of Pentacles is someone who's focusing on their independence, but specifically focusing on no longer allowing codependencies into their lives. With this Five of Pentacles, this is somebody who acknowledges that there's going to be some kind of loss here. It could be a small amount of financial loss or something by leaving this behind, or something. But the point is for you that the emotional loss or financial loss, whatever it is, it's not enough to make you want to go back there, whatever that is. All right, let me clarify with another deck. Let's use this Manga Tarot. Why not? You guys are very high energy. I like that. I have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Man, whatever this was that you're leaving, it was a very unfair situation. It was this energy of like, you were always the one that was giving and that person was always the one that was taking. I don't know what it was. I don't know if this was energetically, financially. I don't know. But it was really uncomfortable. You were strapped and like stressed. And we have the Chariot card, which is basically, it's a very similar energy to the Six of Swords. And this is somebody who says, it's time for me to move on. It's taken me a long time to make this decision. I'm ready, and I'm ready to run. Oh, that is too many. Hold on. Let me put all of these back in 1 second. There we go. I have the Four of Pentacles, which came out in this group that just spilled out. I always know it's fine to put them back in because the right ones always do come back out. This Four of Pentacles is somebody who really is trying to hold on to their last little bit. This person could have drained you financially or something. This person is saying, oh, thank God I'm getting out while I still have something to hold on to. This Four of Pentacles is someone who can be a bit of a control freak. They could be a little bit narcissistic or something like that. And I know that's a term that's thrown around way too often these days, but this is somebody who really just was never considering your needs in the situation or the relationship. And it kind of became very apparent for you. You stayed probably a little bit longer than you should have because you were waiting to see if it would get better. You know how it goes. But ultimately, this is somebody who's saying, thank goodness I'm getting out now before it got worse. I have the Two of Swords in the reverse. Again, it took you way too long to make this decision. And when I say way too long, I mean you stay in situations as long as you need to in order to see what you need to see in them, right? This Two of Swords in the reverse is somebody who says, I'm not entirely sure where I'm headed now, but it's okay. I don't mind being a little bit entirely unsure. And I have the Four of Swords in the reverse. This is someone, I'm hearing like just this heaving sigh of relief. This is somebody who says, man, we should have done this ages ago. I'm looking, I see 555 on the clock over there. Fives are chaos and conflict that bring about change. There could have been something that forced your hand here, Virgo. With this Four of Swords in the reverse, this is someone who is just relieved to get out of whatever this is. I have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. You've been stuck like Chuck in this for a long time. This, if you have been sitting in a space where you've been feeling a little abused, I'm being honest, yeah, then there's about to be a major shift for you. It feels like an energy, you've been stuck in this position for a while. Maybe you were under contract and you couldn't get out of your contract. Maybe you were in a relationship and you couldn't see your way out. Maybe, who knows how this plays out in your life, but there's about to be an energy of unstuck and change, positive change. And I have the Ten of Cups. Heck yes, you do. Look at you go, Virgo. Or excuse me, yeah, Virgo. Sorry. This is somebody who is focusing on their emotional health. Emotional health. And someone who is going to be really happy really soon. You've got the Ten of Cups on top of the Wheel of Fortune, which is also the number 10. 10s indicate cycles of completion. This is a really growth. This is a high growth situation where you are going to be very appreciative of the things that you've been through and how much better things are now than they were before. And I have the Empress card out for you, Virgo. That's your card. Way to show up. I love it when you do it. So this Empress is somebody who says it's time for me to be who I'm supposed to be, and no longer am I going to allow people like this, situations like this, to run my life. I'm going to be focusing on creating my empire, running it my way, and that's all there is to it. And it's somebody who's very again, good at what they do, and someone who's highly independent. You've got the Nine of Pentacles here, which is the minor arcana of the Empress. So you're represented there twice. Could be starting your own business, going off on your own in some way. There's definitely an energy of letting go of any codependent relationships that you've allowed to linger. This is a major week of change for you, and it's a really good sign, Virgo. I love to see it, and I'm happy for you. Thank you guys for letting me read for you. There's going to be a lot of positive change and a major shift in your life. I like it a lot. All right, any unstuckness that you've been any stuckness you've been in is going to be unstuck. Man, I'm kind of having a hard time talking. Let's get these put back here. And next up, we have Taurus. All right, Taurus, we are going to go with this Star Power Tarot for you guys. All right. Okay. I don't usually take this many cards, but I will. It's fine. So the Empress card comes out for you guys. Again, this is very popular energy, I guess, for our earth signs as well. But this is the card of Virgo, but this would be somebody who's really focusing on being who they are meant to be. This could be, again, someone who owns their own business. This could be somebody who's creating an empire for themselves. This is someone who is becoming very authentic to themselves. They don't have a lot of tolerance for anyone who doesn't resonate at the same level as them. And that's not, I don't think you're trying to be unkind to anyone or trying to feel superior to anyone. It's just like you literally don't have time for anyone who's not bringing it in the same way that you are, okay? Now I have the Knight of Swords that comes out here with the Two of Cups that comes out, the Star, and the Eight of Swords, and all of these came out on their sides, all right? This Knight of Swords is somebody who wants to talk to somebody about, could be a fallout in a relationship. It could be a change in plans. This could be, it's somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. And it feels like in order for you to kind of feel like your best self, you feel like you kind of need to say something to someone here. All right. The Star is the card of Aquarius. Knight of Swords is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I have the Magician in the reverse. This is somebody who either you're feeling like maybe you weren't so great to this person in the past, or this person may have been kind of manipulative towards you in some way, but there is some kind of conversation that you want to have here, is what it feels like, Taurus. The Magician is the card of Ophiuchus as well as Aries for me as a reader. And we have this Four of Pentacles here. There's, again, this feeling of all eyes on you in this situation. You could be very concerned about some kind of damage to reputation here. I don't know if this is you or if this is this other person. There's this energy of understanding that hold on. Okay, there's something that's kind of been driving you bananas. I don't know. It feels like a conversation that needs to be had. There's a conversation. I'm hearing like bullseye. This Five of Cups is something that's been driving you bananas, like driving you crazy. You feel like it's created obsessive thoughts in your head in some way. And there's this real energy of wanting to get something out in the open so that change can happen. Okay, I think that's very admirable, Taurus, you know, and it really comes from wanting to express yourself in some way. Now, I'm going to clarify with another deck. Let's use this Chicoli deck because I feel like you're really coming from a place of growth, and it almost feels like there was another reading. I don't know which reading it was, maybe Sagittarius, that was kind of similar, where we had somebody that just sort of was ready to boss up and be a bigger person in a situation. I think it was Cancer. Let's look. I have the Chariot in the reverse. That's the card of Cancer. That's funny. But the Chariot in the reverse is somebody who says, I feel like we've been at a standstill here. I feel like in order for me to move on in this situation, we have to talk about this. I feel like we need to discuss what has happened here. And I don't feel like I can really move on in my life until we do. And I don't know if this is a romantic relationship or if this was a friendship or what this was, some kind of partnership. But this Two of Cups in the reverse can be about a relationship. It can be pertaining to a relationship of some sort, soulmate relationship of some sort. Nailed it. Two of Cups again. Yeah, for sure. This is interesting. Both of these decks have two people that are almost mirror images of one another represented here. It feels like both people in this dynamic, neither one of them was particularly great or handled the situation particularly well. It does feel like whatever happened here was kind of meant to have happened, because that's what's caused all of this growth. And I feel like I've been saying this a lot tonight. It feels almost like people are starting to realize how much the discord in their lives has accumulated in order to create who they are. are, to show them what their path is. What I was saying earlier about this star card being like Pandora's box, where when we open it, unleashes the good, the bad, and the ugly, and all of those parts belong to you. All of those parts of your life are, it's almost like when you sit down and you have to take your end of term exam, and a lot of the questions you know the answers to, and then there are some that you're a little hazy about, and then there are some that, man, you just don't know what the heck that professor's even talking about. And there's some areas of your life that are going to be like bombs and failures in a way, but those are the things that teach you who you want to be and how authentic you are to yourself, and how you represent yourself. And it feels like there's a conversation of honesty that needs to come about between you and this other person, and that is going to free you up to create, like, for the next building blocks, next step of who you are and who you want to be. And I have the Six of Swords. This is somebody who, once this conversation happens, it's going to be like rapid resolution. This rapid ability to move on and to let go of something. You're going to feel a lot better once it's had. And this other person, whoever you are bumping heads with or needing to discuss something with, you haven't talked to them in a long time, they feel the same way that you do. And this is somebody who wants an opportunity to clear the air with you just as much as you do with them. It feels like a mirroring energy, and this is going to be very emotionally freeing and satisfying. I have the Temperance card that comes out on its side, and the Ace of Wands. And in fact, this could be better than imagined. This Temperance card is the card of Sagittarius, but it's somebody who it's a lot of healing that happens. It's a lot of peace that's restored in your life. And it's something that it hits the reset button for you. Whatever this conversation is, it's important, if you have an opportunity to engage with this person or reach out to this person in some way or bump into this person, go ahead and have this conversation. Be really honest and be very kind and loving. This person will respond the same way. And this could actually spark a new dynamic between the two of you. I don't know if this has been a romantic relationship or a friendship, a partnership of some sort, but definitely is a very influential soulmate relationship in your life. And with this Ace of Wands, it starts something new. It starts a new beginning for you. All right. Very good for you this week, Taurus. I appreciate you letting me read for you. Next up, we have Libra, first of our air signs. And thank you guys all so much for letting me read for you each week. I know this schedule is a little different this week. We have Girl Scout camp next week, and so I changed my reading schedule a little bit to accommodate that, which is Girl Scout week is the most fun week in the entire calendar year at my house. I love it so much. It's because I love it so much. I have so much fun. It's great. Everybody loves it at my house. So I appreciate you guys accommodating the change in schedule. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can. All of that information is around here somewhere on Facebook. And then if you're watching this later on YouTube, after I've time-stamped everything, that information is all in the About section of that channel. Alrighty, what do we have for Libra? And thank you guys also, sorry to interrupt, Libra, and thank you guys also to those of you who moderate for me. I really appreciate you. I love you all very much, and I appreciate the help that you give me with time stamping, and I appreciate you lending me your energy. All right, next up we have Libra. What do we have for you guys? For Libra, what we have, the Judgment in reverse. This is somebody who says, oh no, I misjudged the situation. I misjudged the person. I thought it was going to be okay. I thought everything was going to be fine. And now there's kind of like this warning energy. It's like yellow light energy. This is like, all right, hold on just a second. We'll get into it. All right, Libra. Well, it feels like you'd hoped that this situation was going to improve, but it hasn't really improved the way that you want it to. You haven't completely lost hope entirely. You have the Sun card that comes out here, which is a representation of things that still have potential for change. There's still potential for change here, but it feels like you're not seeing enough change fast enough to satisfy you. There it is. It feels kind of like if I don't get, I just look at the ground here and I'm thinking, if I don't get some water soon, it's going to be too late. Like, I'm never going to grow again. Like, if this is somebody who says, if I don't see some change soon, I'm going to have to do something different. I have the Eight of Wands here. This is fast-moving, direct, honest communication that comes in. If you haven't been talking to anyone for some time, all of a sudden it's like the floodgates open. This is positive communication. This can be positive news that leads to growth. Okay. So we have the Ace of Swords here, and I have the Hangman that comes out on its side here. Hangman's the card of Pisces, and the Sun is the card of Leo, just incidentally, if that is of significance to you. But there is like a message of honesty that you have to deliver to somebody. You're kind of waiting to see how you want to say it, what you want to say, how you're going to word it, something like that. And it feels like you're kind of waiting for inspiration to hit. There's somebody here who will be really receptive to your words. There's a little bit of discomfort here, and it feels like, yeah, with the Five of Cups that comes out in the reverse, this is somebody who says, I really thought that this time it was going to be different, but I'm just seeing that it's not. I'm not seeing the changes that I need to see in this situation or this person. Let me grab this Marielle Tarot to clarify. I want to know, well, I feel like you're pretty direct and tight-lipped about this situation, Libra. I've got the Hierophant card that comes out on its side here. This could be relating to a major commitment in your life. The Hierophant is the card of marriage, but it can be about major contracts, something like that, something that you had hoped would be beneficial to you for the future. And it feels like you're just not, it's like squeezing, it's like trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip or something like that. I don't know what that saying is, but there's just not enough positive flow happening here. There's an energy of restriction and drama with the Seven of Wands in the reverse. This is somebody who knows, and this feels like you, Libra, this is somebody who knows that they have been behaving at their best self. They've been doing their best in this situation for a long time. You've been giving 110%. And for whatever reason, there's just still always these uphill battles that you have to fight. And although you know you've done the very best that you can, it's still not, we still don't have enough here. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody who says, man, I don't think I can keep up this pace anymore. Four of Cups in the reverse, Eight of Cups in the reverse, Ten of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so this is somebody who says, I don't want to put in the work anymore, the effort anymore, because I'm not getting anything out of it. The Four of Cups in the reverse says something to the tune of, I'm actually putting my personal life on hold in order to deal with this situation, or I'm having to deal with all this drama and it's keeping me from doing the things that I really want to do. Eight of Cups in the reverse is somebody who says, I understand that we have these ties with one another, but again, it's too much for me and I'm not happy anymore. That's what that Ten of Cups in the reverse says. Somebody who says, how much longer do I have to sit and not be happy before we make some kind of a change? Like, what's it really worth to you? Like, how much of your life do you want to devote to this? It's kind of how that feels. Yeah, and I have the Five of Cups out again. This is somebody who says, I'm tired of banging my head against the brick wall, and I'm tired of chasing illusions. Yeah. And this is someone who's just getting very honest with themselves and other people around them this week. Very good, Libra. I don't see anything wrong with that. You're really just waiting in order to say anything until you really know how to say it. I have the Two of Swords. This puts you at some kind of mental crossroads, though. Which way do I go? Where do I go next? And it feels like, I really just feel like you have done your very best in this situation. There's really nothing else you can do. As long as you always do your very best, what more could anyone possibly ask of you? It doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but if you try and it feels like you have, I mean, what else can you do? And I have the World card. This is somebody who says it's time to wrap this cycle up. We are moving on from this, and this is where you're headed. This is great news. I love this, Libra. So you are just kind of working this out in your head. You're dead set on moving on. You're dead set on it, and it's very healthy. You're wrapping up cycles. The World card for me as a reader is not just like closing this chapter of your life so you can start the next one. It's about like closing that entire volume of your life, putting it up on the shelf so you can get the next one down. Okay, this is you being ready to move on, and this is you making, and we're talking, when we talk about the world and we talk about cycles of completion, I'm talking about 7-year cycles, 9-year cycles, 13-year cycles, the times in our lives that we invested large portions of ourselves into, and now you're ready to move on to something different, and it feels really, really good. I love this for you, and I feel like this is kind of like fresh start, fresh adventure, something like that. And I think there could be a major shift coming for you this week pertaining to that. Oh no, these cards are all the same size. I'll never get them back into the right decks. That's okay. Thank you for letting me read for you this week, Libra. Next up, we have Gemini. Okay. I always put the cards back in the upright position. It should be noted. All right, Gemini, we're going to use this manga tarot for you guys. Oh. Okay, well, I have the Three of Swords that comes out on its side with the Queen of Swords, which is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. Both of these come out on its side. I feel like you're contemplating a major ending in your life. The Three of Swords is the energy of a breakup card. I always call it the Ben and Jerry's card of the deck. It comes for us all at one time. It's a major ending that causes a lot of grief. It can be a physical ending of a relationship. It can be an ending of anything in your life that was important to you. Pulls at your heartstrings. It hurts. It's a painful ending, and it feels like you're contemplating this situation right now. I don't think you've actually taken action on it. I think it's just something that's kind of constantly in your mind right now. And with this Queen of Swords, this is somebody who's questioning whether it's possible that this situation can change. I feel like you're somebody who has been through this a lot, this situation, like you've experienced enough of this situation to know and to see the patterns. Emphasis on the word patterns. I think you listen more than people give you credit for. I have the Six of Wands here. This is somebody who is very successful, and you're an admirable person. This is someone who is used to having things go the way that they want them to go. I have the Knight of Wands here that comes out with that. This Knight of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but this is somebody who wants to, all of a sudden, it's like moving out of this dark headspace with whatever this was that you've been stuck in and moving on to something that's a lot better. Somebody who feels a lot better about themselves. And it comes from you taking action and you being very brave this week, Gemini. There's something you will have to be a little brave about here. Six of Cups. Six of Cups is about a soulmate relationship. It can be a past life love. This is somebody that you grew up with or somebody you would intend to grow old with. I don't know if this is the person that you are leaving behind or if this is the person you're moving towards. It feels like the person you're moving towards, if I'm being honest. And it feels like it takes bravery to leave one situation behind in order to focus on what you want for the future. I think that what you're kind of calling into your life is this Six of Cups energy, which is someone or something that's much more balanced for you. And something that is very bountiful. Bountiful. Okay. I have the Five of Cups out here for you as well. This guy's been very popular this evening as well. This Five of Cups is somebody who's tired of doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. It's like the definition of emotional insanity for you. It feels like you've been through the ringer with this other person or this situation for long enough. Like I said, you've seen the patterns. You've seen how it goes. You've done it enough times. You've experienced the highs and the lows of this situation enough times that you're contemplating this major ending, and it feels like there's some kind of action that's taken by you this week, Gemini, with this Knight of Wands energy, that it's hard. It's not hard for you to do this. It feels like you know that if you make this change, if you move in this new direction, that this is going to be a lot better feeling for you than what you've been feeling. And there's somebody who's tired of dealing. It almost feels like emotional, emotional issues from someone else and wanting to move on from it. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse is somebody who says, I don't want to wait anymore. This is somebody who says, I've seen what this grows into and I don't like it. And I have the Four of Cups. This is somebody who says, I'm tired of always having to be about you. Oh, wow. And the Queen of Cups crossing it. This is somebody who says, I think I'm ready to follow my own heart here. And this Emperor, this is, man, you are really taking action for yourself. The Emperor is the card of Aries. Queen of Cups is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. But really, this is somebody who says, I'm going to be in charge now. There's a new sheriff in town, and it's going to be me, is what you say, Gemini. And this is somebody who takes charge of the situation. They say, you know what, I don't want to pour my heart into this person or this situation anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of dealing with the upheaval. I've seen what I've seen. I've taken stock of the situation. I don't have to do this any longer. Okay. All right. So let's use this Tarot of Wonderland to clarify real quick. I feel like you kind of know how you feel here, but you have sat in this for quite a while. And I think it's taken a long time for you to get to this point, Gemini, where you are giving yourself permission to do something for yourself. I have the Two of Swords that comes out in the reverse. This is somebody who says, well, where the hell are we going to go now? This is somebody who really didn't expect for this to fall apart in the way that it did. Even though you've seen this, you've seen this for maybe even years going on, there was always this part of you who thought, well, no matter what, it's never going to change. I'm always going to be with this person. I'm always going to be at this place. And now all of a sudden we've had this major shift in your thinking where you're saying, you know what, you only live once, don't you? And what do I want my life to look like? And do I want it to look like this forever because I've seen enough of this to know this is what it's going to look like? Or do I want something different? And I have the Six of Pentacles. Yep. So the Six of Pentacles can be the energy of breadcrumbing, but also it feels like this very much all about me kind of energy that has been coming off of this other person or situation for a long time, where you've always been having to kind of feed this dragon emotionally and like support this person's overly inflated ego or something. And I know that sounds like I'm throwing a lot of shade at this other person because I don't know what the situation is, but these are just kind of your feelings, I think. You have a lot of sixes on here. You've got the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Six of Cups. And the sixes for me as a reader is somebody who is having to acknowledge the toxicities in their life for what they really are when you get 666. And I think that's what you're doing. I think that's where your head's at this week, Gemini. And I have the Five of Cups again. Love it. I like it when you guys give me repeat cards, even whenever they're kind of the shitty ones, because it tells me this is an important energy to you. This is, again, someone who is dealing with, obviously I'm not a medical doctor, but it's kind of the feeling of emotional insanity. Like, I don't know if this comes from another person or if this is you just feeling like you're beating your head up against a wall all the time, Gemini, with this person or situation where you're just so tired of this emotional high drama roller coaster. I'm hearing anywhere is better than here. And I have the Hierophant. Very good. This is possibly a marriage or a major commitment on the line here. This is the card of Taurus, but it's someone who may be questioning, why do we have to do it this way? Why do I have to be this person? Why do I have to keep on in this relationship? Just because I said so? Just because you said so? Just because somebody else said so? Like, why do we have to stay stuck in this? And the Hierophant is the number 5, and then you've got the 5 of Cups out there twice. 555, it should be said, is an energy of chaos and conflict that bring about necessary change. I'm kind of surprised we don't have the Tower here. I have the Hermit. This is somebody who says, it's time for me to go and be alone. This as somebody who's going into a state of isolation so that they can kind of block out the noise of other people. I can just see somebody like trying to put their hands over their ears to block out either somebody else's yelling or somebody else's emotions or somebody else's drama, and just saying, I can't do it anymore. Anywhere is better than here, and alone is better. This is someone who is going to experience a lot of peace in this time of isolation, because that's what's going to allow them to get very honest with themselves about what they want to do next, where they want to go next, and what they want their life to look like. Because they surely do not want to continue on with this 5 of Cups energy, which is somebody who just is, it feels like the same shit, different day with this person, and it's been this way for a long time, and it really feels like you're always having to support somebody else's overinflated need for it to always be about them in some way. And I don't know what that means for you, but it's just like I'm hearing just someone who can't listen anymore to any of it. All right, that was your reading for this week, Gemini. I don't know if you're just going to spend a lot of time in the bathroom with the door locked in the bathtub or something this week where you just really feel like you need to have some kind of solitude or quietude. But if you're feeling that way, I would encourage you to get some meditation time in, some prayer time in. I think it would do you so good. I think you think it would do you some good. All right, that was your reading. Thanks, Gemini, for letting me read for you. And last up for the evening, we have Aquarius. Thank you guys so much for letting me read for you and for waiting until the end. I'm going to start us with this vice versa for Aquarius. Okay, this Ace of Swords is somebody who wants to talk honestly about a situation. They're sending a message. This feels like you. This is someone who's very truthful. This is someone who I'm hearing, I just want to talk about the truth. That's what that Ace of Swords is. This is somebody who's all of a sudden feeling really peaceful with how they're feeling, all of a sudden feeling very confident in what they're saying, not in like a, I don't know, not it just there, it feels like all of a sudden there's a repair to some damage to self-esteem that you'd maybe previously been feeling. There's like a healing that happens here, but, and I know that's kind of lofty, but this is someone who all of a sudden has a lot of the ability to communicate really clearly. There's like a clearness to them mentally. It's possible you haven't been feeling this way for a while, and all of a sudden this is a week where you find clarity and the ability to communicate. Look at you. You've got the Magician. This is the card of Ophiuchus as well as Aries for me as a reader, and this is somebody who says, I don't need to focus on the things that haven't gone well in my life. I really just want to focus on what I want to create for the future. And this is somebody who says, I'm just going to put it all out there. I'm going to be really honest, because what else can I do? And I'm just going to wait for all of this to come together the way that I know it's supposed to. This is somebody who is reaching out to another person, and they understand that if this is the right person for them, that it's going to be a harmonious situation. I feel like there's just, it feels really healthy and good. Hold on. I'm going to put these back in for a second. This Knight of Swords in the reverse. This is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. This is you've been really nervous to maybe reach out to someone, maybe to talk about how you've been feeling. And it seems to me, Aquarius, it kind of feels like for a while that maybe you haven't been so honest with how you've been feeling about things. Maybe I hear the word posturing, and I don't know how that relates to you, but it's possible that maybe you've been putting your own feelings on the back burner and not, maybe you just haven't been talking to people at all, or maybe I'm also hearing bluffing. Yeah, and I put these cards back in, but I'll just go ahead and take them back out. Yeah, there was something that was kind of illusionary, sort of, I don't know if you were kind of trying to manipulate a situation or somebody else was trying to manipulate you, because I have this Queen of Wands that comes out with this Seven of Cups. Queen of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, and this person, or maybe you, you weren't entirely honest with how you were feeling. And I don't want to say that you had bad intentions or that this person had bad intentions towards you, but there's this energy of almost like immature bluffing or not, and posturing in some way. And that just like, that's just silly, Aquarius, right? It kind of feels like junior high school. Yeah. All right. This is somebody who all of a sudden says, I'm not going to do that anymore, or I'm not going to allow this person to do that to me anymore. If I don't get honesty, or if I'm not going to give honesty, then there's no reason for it. This is somebody who says, I am just who I am, and all of a sudden you're very comfortable with that, and all of a sudden it feels like you're able to be yourself. This Queen of Wands energy is again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but this is someone who's very attractive, very beautiful, very much kind of magnetic to the opposite sex. This is someone who's very passionate, very sexually passionate, someone who's highly creative, someone who's very inspiring to other people. I don't know if you're embodying that energy this week, Aquarius, or if this is someone hovering in your energy. But this Seven of Cups, this is somebody who's all of a sudden they see the light as to how they want to solve a situation, or who they want to be. There's a lot of growth here and a lot of change. We have somebody who all of a sudden, we have the Knight of Pentacles here. This is somebody who wants a do-over. They say, I want a do-over. I want to do it the right way this time, and I'm willing to go slowly in this situation. This is somebody who is saying, I don't think I attacked this relationship in a very authentic way before. I think that I kind of allowed myself to get off track as to who I really am, and maybe misrepresent myself in some way. This person may be coming to you and talking to you about this week, Aquarius. This is somebody who says, can we please start over, and I'm willing to go slowly. The Knight of Pentacles can be somebody who has a proposal, or they have an offer of some sort. I like it. It's a card of stability, and it's a card of creating stable foundations for yourself and within a relationship, if that's what we're looking at. This Nine of Swords here is somebody who feels a little bit imprisoned by their thoughts right now. I'm not sure. Hold on. And now I have the Page of Pentacles here. This is somebody who knows a good thing when they see it, and it feels like you've had some kind of shift in your thinking here, Aquarius. This is somebody who all of a sudden sees something in a different way, maybe sees somebody else in a different way. Maybe this is somebody feeling this way about you. All of a sudden, this is somebody who once again says, let's start all over again. Let's do it the right way. This is kind of entry level. Let's start back at the beginning. I misrepresented myself to you in the past. Let me be more authentic. Wow, okay. All right, let me get, let's use this Tarot of Wonderland to clarify. Okay, we have the World card on one side and the Six of Wands on the other there. There's somebody here who knows that If they reach out to this other person and they're very honest about who they are and what they want to see in their lives and in their future and within this relationship, that they will be well received. This is someone who knows that they'll be successful in this and that this would change their lives quite drastically. It would start a new phase or a new part of their lives. And it's this understanding with that World card that in order to get to that new phase, you have to allow other things to you have to let go of other things to create space for the new things to come in. This can be letting go of emotional attachments we have, even within relationships. Well, you're always this way. Well, you're always that way. Well, not anymore. Now we have some changes. Now, like I said, there's been a lot of growth here between either yourselves individually, or this relationship has shifted, or it's about to grow. I have the High Priestess here. There's somebody in this connection who's known this the whole time. I'm hearing the words 50 Shades of Gray, but it's like a black or white issue almost. There's in the past, it feels like this has always been a black or white issue, but now we've got 50 Shades of Gray. I don't know what that means, but you guys are funny. This High Priestess is the card of Pisces, but this is somebody who's always had like kind of an inner knowing about this situation or relationship. You may have a lot of dreams about this person, or this person may have a lot of dreams about you. There could be a lot of telepathic communication here within this relationship. Aquarius, you're very, very smart. Not just intelligent, but you are psychically developed, very psychically developed. And I think you've had a lot of intuitive nudges about this relationship or the way this was headed for a long time. And I think that you were kind of stuffing all of those impulses down for a long time in lieu of almost an image in some way. That's changed because all of a sudden I'm hearing somebody who's willing to burn it all to the ground, and I don't know what that means. I think that's like metaphorically, like I'm willing to let go of anything that I had thought of as this image or this representation in order to have this really honest, authentic situation unfold. Okay, now yay, I have the Ace of Pentacles that comes out here. This is my favorite card to get in any reading, so you got two aces out here. And the Ace of Pentacles is a solid deal. It's authentic to you. This is somebody who's starting something new that makes sense for them. This is somebody who is investing in their future wisely. This is someone who's investing wisely in another person, and this usually comes from just being very authentic to yourself, making choices that are good for you, but really looking at that holistically, looking at what that is holistically. I told you were smart and obviously very good looking. And I have the Three of Pentacles here. This may be somebody who is taking a new job. This may be somebody who's finding a team that they work really, really well on. This could be somebody who's finally on the same page with this other person. It feels like this conversation is definitely a game changer. It hits the reset button on this. There's a lot of emotional and sexual chemistry here. There's a conversation that needs to be had that ends illusions and it brings about the truth. Ooh, and we have a Ten of Wands here. Ooh, this is somebody who's feeling a little overwhelmed right now with everything that all the balls they have to keep up in the air. And there's somebody here who feels kind of obsessed with getting all of this out in the open. It feels like somebody who needs to just like write a letter and push send and walk away from it so they can get on with their lives in some way. And there's just like almost obsessive need to reach out. We got the King of Cups in the reverse and I got the Tower in the reverse. Yeah, so the King of Cups in the reverse is somebody who just hasn't been very honest about how they've been feeling. This is somebody who keeps their cards very close to their chest, and we've had it fall apart. We've had a problem. This has already happened. You could just be not talking to this individual right now. With this Ten of Wands, this is somebody who feels like they're about to run everything off into the ditch, and it feels kind of like it's already happened, but it feels like you're going to lose it for real if you don't make a change and reach out and talk to this other person, send this message. This could be the other person who's feeling this way about you. And there's this energy of not expressing yourself. That's going to change this week, Aquarius. Somebody is going to send a message in this situation, and whenever you receive it or whenever you send it, there's this inner knowing that this was how it was going to go down this whole time. It frees you up for something new, something very stable. It definitely hits the reset button on your life, and it looks good. I like it, and it really does indicate a lot of growth from you emotionally. Very good job. All right. Thank you guys so much for letting me read for you this week. I appreciate you all. Again, if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can. All of that information is around here somewhere. And if you're later watching this on YouTube, that's in the About section of our channel. And I wish you all the happiest of weeks, and I will catch up with you soon. Thanks.